Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about decision trees. This video is a part of Introduction to Classification series. So I recommend you to watch the videos in a sequence for a better understanding. Now let's dive right into the topic. What are decision trees? Decision tree is a supervised learning technique that can be used for both classification and regression problems, but mostly it is preferred for solving classification problems. It is a tree-structured classifier where internal nodes represent the features of a dataset, branches represent the decision rules, and each leaf node represents the outcome. In a decision tree, there are two nodes, which are the decision node and leaf node. Decision nodes are used to make any decision and have multiple branches, whereas leaf nodes are the output of those decisions and do not contain any further branches. It is called a decision tree because, similar to a tree, it starts with the root node, which expands on further branches and constructs a tree-like structure. A decision tree simply asks a question, and based on the answer, it further splits the tree into subtrees. The decisions or the tests are performed on the basis of features of the given dataset. Note: a decision tree can contain categorical data as well as numerical data. Decision tree terminologies. Root node. Root node is from where the decision tree starts. It represents the entire dataset, which further gets divided into two or more homogeneous sets. Leaf node. Leaf nodes are the final output node, and the tree can't be segregated further after getting a leaf node. Splitting. Splitting is the process of dividing the decision node or root node into subnodes according to the given conditions. Branch or subtree. A tree formed by splitting the tree. Pruning. Pruning is the process of removing the unwanted branches from the tree. Parent or child node. The root node of the tree is called parent node and the other nodes are called child nodes. Why use decision trees? There are various algorithms in machine learning, so choosing the best algorithm for the given dataset and the problem is the main point to remember while creating a machine learning model. Below are the two reasons for using the decision tree. Decision trees usually mimic human thinking ability while making a decision, so it is easy to understand. The logic behind decision tree can be easily understood because it shows a tree-like structure. How decision tree works. Imagine that you are a medical researcher compiling data for a study. You have already collected data about a set of patients, all of whom suffered from the same illness. During the course of treatment, each patient responded to one of two medications. We call them drug A and drug B. Part of our job is to build a model to find out which drug might be appropriate for a future patient with the same illness. The feature sets of this dataset are age, gender, blood pressure, and cholesterol of our group of patients, and the target is the drug that each patient responded to. It is a sample of binary classifiers, and you can use the training part of the dataset to build a decision tree and then use it to predict the class of an unknown patient. In essence, to come up with a decision on which drug to prescribe to a new patient. Let's see how a decision tree is built for this dataset. Decision trees are built by splitting the training set into distinct nodes, where one node contains all or most of the one category of the data. If we look at the diagram here, we can see that it's a patient classifier. So as I mentioned, we want to prescribe a drug to a new patient, but the decision to choose drug A or B will be influenced by the patient's situation. We start with age, which can be young, middle-aged, or senior. If the patient is middle-aged, then we will definitely go for drug B. On the other hand, if he is a young or a senior patient, we'll need more details to help us determine which drug to prescribe. The additional decision variables can be things such as cholesterol levels, gender, or blood pressure. For example, if the patient is female, then we will recommend drug A. But if the patient is male, then we will go for drug B. As you can see, decision trees are about testing an attribute and branching the cases based on the result of the test. Each internal node corresponds to a test, each branch corresponds to a result of the test, and each leaf node assigns a patient to a class. Now the question is, how can we build such a decision tree? Before going to the discussion, if you have any doubts, leave it in the comment section below, and please do like, share, comment. A decision tree can be constructed by considering the attributes one by one. In a decision tree, for predicting the class of the given dataset, the algorithm starts from the root node of the tree. This algorithm compares the values of root attribute with the record attribute, and based on the comparison, follows the branch and jumps to the next node. For the next node, the algorithm again compares the attribute value with other subnodes and moves further. It continues the process until it reaches the leaf node of the tree. The complete process can be better understood using these steps. Step 1. Begin the tree with the root node, says S, which contains the complete dataset. Step 2. Find the best attribute in the dataset using attribute selection method, ASM. Step 3. Divide the S into subsets that contain possible values for the best attributes. Step 4. Generate a decision tree node which contains the best attribute. Step 5. Recursively make new decision trees using the subsets of the dataset created in Step 3. Continue this process until a stage is reached where you cannot further classify the nodes and call the final node as a leaf node. In the next video, we will explain how to identify the best attribute in the dataset using ASM. You can use it to predict the class of unknown cases, or in our case, the proper drug for a new patient based on his or her characteristics. Advantages of the decision tree. It is simple to understand as it follows the same process which a human follows while making any decision in real life. It can be very useful for solving decision-related problems. It helps to think about all the possible outcomes for a problem. There is less requirement of data cleaning compared to other algorithms. Disadvantage of the decision tree. The decision tree contains lots of layers, which makes it complex. It may have an overfitting issue which can be resolved using the random forest algorithm. For more class labels, the computational complexity of the decision tree may increase. That's it for the video, guys. If you like this video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Signing off.